You won't believe this, an ordinary quarter you see every day could be worth thousands of dollars. That small coin in your pocket might be a rare treasure that collectors are fighting over. Some are almost perfect or have rare mistakes that make them super valuable. You might have one at home and not even know it. Don't spend it yet, watch this video and find out what to look for. This 1967 Washington quarter could be worth $6,000. Yes, you heard that right. A regular-looking quarter, something you might find in your pocket, drawer, or change jar, could be worth thousands of dollars. It's hard to believe, but it's true. Some of these old quarters from 1967 are extremely rare and valuable. Most people have no idea that this coin, made to be worth just 25 cents, could be worth more than a brand new iPhone or even a vacation. That's what makes it so shocking. You might walk past one, spend it, or drop it without ever knowing what you had. That's why coin collectors and experts always say, check your change. Because this one small coin can hold a big surprise. The 1967 quarter has George Washington's face on the front. The back shows an eagle with its wings spread out. It looks just like many other quarters we see every day. But what sets this coin apart is the time it was made and how rare certain versions are. In the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint stopped using silver in quarters. Before that, quarters were made of 90% silver. But because of a coin shortage and the rising cost of silver, the mint switched to a copper and nickel mix. From 1965 to 1967, the mint also stopped using mint marks. That means these coins don't show where they were made. Most 1967 quarters came from Philadelphia, and over 1.5 billion of them were produced. That's a huge number. So most people think they are common, and most of them are. But a very small number are not like the rest. There were also 1.8 million 1967 quarters made for collectors. These were part of something called a special mint set, or SMS. These coins were not used in stores or banks. They were made with better tools and more care, so they looked sharper and cleaner than regular coins. Some of these SMS coins were struck with a deep cameo or ultra cameo finish. That means the face and letters on the coin have a frosted look, while the background is shiny like a mirror. These deep cameo coins are very rare. Only a few exist in top condition. One of these coins, graded MS68 by professionals, sold for over $6,250. That's why this coin is now known to be worth up to $6,000. If you find one like it, you have something very special. Even though most 1967 quarters are only worth 25 cents, some can be worth more because of mistakes. These mistakes are called minting errors, and they happened while the coin was being made. One type of error is when the coin is struck on the wrong type of blank. A blank is the flat metal piece that turns into a coin. Sometimes a quarter design was put on a blank meant for a nickel or a dime. This kind of error makes the coin smaller and missing parts of the image. A quarter struck on a nickel blank can be worth $130 to $160. A quarter struck on a dime blank is usually worth about $100. These coins are easy to spot because they don't look right. They're too small, and parts of the design may be missing. There are also copper planchet errors. These happen when the coin is made on a penny blank by mistake. This makes the quarter look reddish or brown instead of silver. It also has a smooth edge instead of the usual ridged edge. These error coins can be worth $90 to $150. Another interesting mistake is the off-center strike. This happens when the image on the coin is not in the center. The coin might look like part of the design is sliding off to one side. The value depends on how far off the image is. A small off-center strike might be worth just a few dollars. But a big one, where a lot of the design is missing, can be worth $100 or more. One more type of error is called a clipped planchet. This happens when part of the coin is missing before the image is even stamped on. It might look like a piece of the coin has been cut out. These errors are pretty easy to see and can be worth a lot. Depending on how big and clean the clip is, these coins can sell for up to $400. There's also something called a double die error. This happens when the coin is stamped twice by mistake, and the two images are slightly off. You might see letters or numbers that look like they have shadows or are doubled. A true double die coin can be worth hundreds of dollars. But there's also a common type called die deterioration doubling, which just looks like doubling but isn't rare. Those are usually worth $20 to $100. So what makes one 1967 quarter worth $6,000 and another only 25 cents? It all depends on the condition, the type of coin, and if there are any rare errors. A coin in perfect condition, with no scratches or wear, is already valuable. But if it also has a deep cameo or ultra cameo finish, or a rare error, then its value goes up fast. Most coins from 1967 have been used many times, dropped on the ground, rubbed in pockets, or stored in jars. So finding one in mint condition is very rare. That's why top-graded coins are worth so much. Grading means experts look at the coin and give it a number, usually from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. MS stands for mint state, and MS68 is nearly perfect. A deep cameo MS68 quarter from 1967 is one of the rarest types you can find. If you ever come across a 1967 quarter, take a good look at it. Hold it up to the light and look for sharp details. Does it shine like a mirror? Is the edge smooth or ridged? Is the image off-center or missing parts? Does it have a red or brown color instead of silver? These signs can tell you if you have something special. But don't clean the coin, even if it looks dirty. Cleaning can damage the coin and lower its value. If you think your coin might be rare, take it to a local coin shop or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you exactly what you have and how much it's worth. This is why the 1967 quarter is so exciting. Most people don't think twice about it. It seems like just another coin. But every now and then, someone finds one that is worth thousands. These lucky finds usually happen by accident. Someone is going through old coins, or counting change, and then they notice something strange. That's all it takes. One coin. One moment. And just like that, you could be holding a piece of hidden treasure. Keep checking your coins. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. Next coin is shocking and very valuable. The 1966 Washington quarter with no mint mark has sold for as much as $21,000. That's right, just a 25-cent coin, one you might think is just regular pocket change, turned out to be worth more than some used cars. Most people don't even look at their quarters closely, but this coin proves why you should always check. It looks normal, has George Washington on the front and an eagle on the back, just like other quarters. But one in almost perfect condition was sold at auction for $21,000. That makes it one of the most valuable modern quarters ever sold. Most people would never guess that such a common coin could sell for that much. It's a huge surprise, and that's why collectors are always searching for it. The 1966 quarter was made at a time when the US Mint stopped using mint marks. That means the coin doesn't show if it came from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. This was done between 1965 and 1967 to stop people from saving coins from certain places, which was causing a coin shortage. In total, over 821 million regular quarters were made in Philadelphia in 1966. They were used in everyday spending. On top of that, 2.26 million special mint set coins were made in San Francisco. These SMS coins were made for collectors, not for stores or banks. They were struck with more care, so they often look shinier and cleaner. Still, finding one in flawless shape is not easy, and that's why some of them are so valuable. Even though hundreds of millions of 1966 quarters were made, almost all of them were used by people. They were carried in pockets, dropped on the ground, used in vending machines, and worn down. That's why most 1966 quarters today are only worth their face value of 25 cents. If you find one that looks a little nicer, maybe uncirculated or barely used, it might be worth $2 to $10. That's not a huge profit, but it's still more than face value. But now and then, someone finds one that is almost perfect. These are the ones that get high grades from coin grading companies. The highest grade possible is 70. A 1966 quarter that was graded MS68 Plus is the one that sold for $21,000. MS means mint state, which means it was never used in daily life. The 68 Plus grade means it is extremely close to perfect. Only a few coins from that year have ever received this high of a grade. That's what makes them so rare. When a coin is this clean, has no marks or scratches, and the design is sharp and full of detail, it becomes very desirable to collectors. Some collectors want the best of the best, and they are willing to pay thousands to own it. That's what happened in this case. One collector saw how rare and flawless the coin was and paid big money for it. Other 1966 quarters in MS68 condition have sold for less, around $900 to $11,750, depending on their look and how perfect they are. But once a coin hits that MS68 Plus level, the price can jump even higher. It's not just the regular coins that can be worth a lot. The SMS coins, made just for collectors in San Francisco, can also be valuable if they are in great shape. Some of these coins have a special finish called cameo or deep cameo. This means the raised parts of the coin, like Washington's face or the eagle, have a frosted look, while the background is shiny like a mirror. This strong contrast makes the coin very eye-catching. Coins with this look, graded SP68CAM or SP68DCAM, can sell for $3,000 to $4,000 or even more. SP means specimen, which is a grade used for SMS coins. These finishes are not easy to find, even among collector coins. The value comes from a mix of things. First, the coin has to be in amazing condition. No dirt, no wear, no damage. Next, the details of the design must be sharp and clear. You should be able to see the lines in Washington's hair and the feathers on the eagle very clearly. Then, the coin needs to have that special eye appeal, which means it just looks great overall. If it also has that deep cameo contrast, the value goes up even more. Most coins, even collector coins, don't have all these features. That's why the ones that do are so rare and sell for thousands. If you find a 1966 quarter, take a close look at it. First, see if it looks shiny and sharp. Then check the edges, are they smooth and full, or are they worn down? Hold it under a light and tilt it to see if it has a mirror-like background and frosted image. If it does, that could mean it's a deep cameo. Don't clean the coin, even if it looks dirty. Cleaning can ruin the surface and drop the value a lot. Instead, keep it safe and dry. If you really think it might be valuable, take it to a coin shop or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. These companies will look at the coin and give it an official grade. That grade will help you know how much your coin could be worth if you decide to sell it. It's amazing to think that a simple coin from your change could be worth this much. Most people never check. They spend their quarters without thinking twice. But the 1966 quarter proves that hidden treasure can still be found in the most common places. With hundreds of millions made, most are nothing special. But one or two, kept safe and untouched, have become gold mines for the lucky people who found them. You might think your coins are just small change, but one of them could be worth a small fortune. So next time you get a quarter back, take a second look. You never know, you might be holding the next $21,000 coin without even knowing it. So there you have it, two regular-looking quarters from 1966 and 1967 that could be worth serious money. A 1967 quarter with no mint mark in deep cameo MS68 condition has sold for around $6,000. And even more shocking, a 1966 quarter in perfect MS68 Plus condition sold at auction for a massive $21,000. These aren't ancient coins or made of gold. They're simple US quarters, made from copper and nickel, that most people used every day. But when they're kept in near-perfect shape or struck with rare features like deep cameo finishes or minting errors, they become treasures. These coins prove that valuable finds can still be out there, even in your pocket or change jar. So next time you get a quarter back in change or dig through an old coin collection, take a closer look. You might be holding something incredibly rare and valuable. Don't clean the coin, and don't toss it aside. You never know, it could be your $6,000 or even $21,000 a prize. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins hiding in everyday places, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next big coin discovery. Happy collecting, and good luck checking your change!